I never meant to hurt you. I didn't really mean the words I said. I said, if I could take it all back, I swear I'd never do it all again. Cause I need you by my side, and I need you in my life. And if you hear this song, just know that I'll never find a better one. And everything was done out of love. So even when I'm gone, you're always in my heart. A shine down California sun, cause everything was done out of love. So even when I'm gone, you're always in my heart. Serenity.
What now? Can you hear me now? Yep, that one looks like it's working now. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. There we go. Now I got sound. Okay, I'm going to turn this down so you guys don't have to listen to that anymore. Good morning. Happy Sunday morning to you. Thank you so much for joining me today. As you guys are probably already aware, my name is Danny, and I am so not an expert. Today we're going to be doing something a little different than normal. We're actually not going to be working on any projects today. Today you guys are going to be helping me pack. Next weekend, I'm going to be going on my very first quilting retreat, and I am super excited and super nervous about it. So we're going to be packing up my backup machine, which I have right here in this beautiful little bag, as well as some other trinkets and stuff. I've already kind of started a little bit putting some stuff together, but I'm sure that there is a bunch of stuff that I'm missing or forgetting. So first of all, if you're new to the channel, thank you so much for joining us today. Welcome, welcome. I'd love to say hello to you in chat. Make sure you say hello. I'll hop in there in just a second. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. We are going to be doing a lot of really, really exciting things ramping up to Christmas this year. I have a ton of really fun projects that I want to get to, and hopefully we're going to be able to get to all of them. Alright, so let me pop into chat, say good morning to everybody. I saw Sylvia, good morning. I saw you, Dawn, good morning. So great to see you. Nancy, thanks so much. You were the first one in this morning. Good morning. So great to see you. Kelly, I'm so happy to see you. I'm sorry to hear your knee locked up, but I'm glad to hear that surgery went well. We've been thinking about you. Glad things are going well. Brenda, I think I said hello to you, but if not, good morning. Brenda, good morning. Lucas is in the house. Good morning, Lucas. Good morning. Thank you so much for showing up today. That didn't sound right. Thank you so much for being here today. That sounds better. All right, I think that's everyone. If I've missed someone, please let me know. They were flying through there for a minute, so if I missed you, please pop in there again, say hello. Chat's going to be a little lagging on me today because I'm going to be kind of busy moving around, so I do apologize for that. If there's something important that you want me to see, make sure you tag me in the comment. You can do that by doing the @ symbol, which is that A with the circle around it, and then type in "so not an expert," and what it does is it highlights it on the screen for me, so then that way my eye catches it really, really well. Alright, so first thing we're going to do today is we're going to unpack this backup machine. Now guys, don't judge, okay? This is a Brother machine. It's an HC 1850. I love it. It is a computerized machine, so I do love it. The only thing that I never really liked about this machine that I love about my Baby Lac more so is the thread cutter. That's been the biggest issue, the biggest thing that I've missed the most. But otherwise, this one has almost all of the exact same features as my Baby Lac does. It has needle up and down. It has an on-off button if I didn't want to use a pedal. It has the thigh lifter if I wanted it. It's dusty. It's been in this bag since the last time I used it, which was almost a year and a half ago. So that's why I want to pull it out, I want to set it up, I want to kind of use it a little bit, make sure that everything's working okay on it before I decide to bring it with me and nothing works on it. So yes, really excited. Lucas says, of course I had to join. I have to test out the new things we added. Yes, Lucas and I spent quite a bit of time last Sunday going through all of the settings on Streamlabs and YouTube and trying to figure out a couple of things. And he thinks he might have fixed the slot machine game. So he's going to try that out later today to make sure. No one else try it out. I don't want anybody else to lose any points. He'll let him try it out first. But let's go ahead and pull this machine out. Oh, you forget how heavy these things are. My goodness. Oh, it's a little dusty. Alright, let me get my little brush out here and we'll dust it off first. Like I said, it has stayed in this bag, so it's a lot cleaner than it could have been if it wasn't in this bag. But it does still need a little bit of love. Just a little bit of love. And I do have the power for it. I will hook that up to it in just a minute. It does take a different power plug than my Baby Lac, so I cannot use the same one. I learned that lesson when I bought the Baby Lac. So we're just going to dust it off real quick before we cut it open. Not cut it open, but get it open there. So pretty. It's purple. I don't know if you guys can see, but it's purple. Oh, Lucas, okay, so the icons work. That's better, but you still lost, dude. Sorry. Oh, I can feel it's a little tight in here. So we're gonna give it a little bit of love here, I think. Alright. First things first, let's get this off. I'll pull it apart. How is everyone's weekend going so far? Mine is very busy. I've gotten a lot done because I'm not going to be home next weekend to get a bunch of stuff done. So I've gotten quite a bit done this morning and yesterday. Hold on, sorry. And it is hotter than Hades in here today, guys. It is so warm. I have a fan going. You probably can hear it humming. I might actually have to turn it up because it is hotter than Hades in here, and I'm going to keep moving around. So I'm going to be a hot mess by the time the stream is over, I'm sure. I'm sure of it. Let me turn this up one more notch. There we go. Again, sorry for the humming, guys. I am working on a new microphone setup. I have something set up right now, but I'm not sure I like it. So we're going to keep working on it. Sylvie says, doing okay. I finished 3 blocks on Lisa Cappen's Christmas project. Ooh, that sounds like fun, Sylvia. I'd love to see pictures of it if you want to post them in our Facebook group. I'm going to turn the vacuum on here. Speaking of our Facebook group, if you haven't already, please consider joining there. We share a bunch of pictures and projects. I wish YouTube would let us share pictures, but that just doesn't work that way. So that's where we go, is we go on Facebook to share them there. I love seeing what you guys are working on. It keeps me inspired and moving forward. I got lucky. This one actually had a thimble of thread left in it of white. I'm going to turn this vacuum on real quick. Okay, maybe I'll wait a second and pull this thing apart first. I don't have it plugged in, so I don't really need to worry about taking anything apart. I am going to pull the needle out of it. We'll probably switch out the needle. I have no idea. I'm sure the needle is probably in great condition because it hasn't been used, but I'm going to pull it out and replace it anyway. Let me move this out of the way. There's some other stuff in here. Move it out of the way for now. There we go. But Sylvia, that sounds like a lot of fun. I'd love to see pictures of what that looks like. Good morning, Katie. Thanks so much for joining us today. Sorry again if I'm missing people as they're popping in here. Brenda says, put your name on everything or your YouTube channel. Print out and glue on with 505 spray. I added granddaughter's name on my machine, some flowers. Ooh, good idea. I do have some labels. I printed up some labels, some like address labels. I did print up some of those, so I'll put those on later before I leave next weekend. I have until Thursday of next week to keep packing. So that, Brenda, yeah, I remember you mentioning that on our Facebook group a couple of weeks back when I asked for advice. So I did print up some labels, and I do have those, but I didn't bring them in the room with me. They're actually in my briefcase out in the kitchen. I printed them up at work. But I do have them. I will be putting those on all of my pieces. You said the cords too, so I want to make sure I put them on the cords as well. So I did do that. Let's hope I don't lose this screw. Okay, so here's my 2 screws. Plate. Oh my goodness, that's really dirty. I'm glad we're doing this. I'm going to pull this needle out this way. One of the things I will say about this machine compared to my Baby Lock is this machine is a newer machine. It is, I bought it brand new in 2019, I think. My Baby Lock was used when I bought it, so it was older as it was. She is at least a 2016. So I'm going to turn this on for just a second, guys. It's going to be a little loud, and I apologize for that. And then I will hop back and chat and see what I've missed. I just like to vacuum up this stuff here, get it all nice and clean in there. I have a couple of different attachments for this little, this is just a keyboard vacuum. You guys have watched any of my preparation videos, you will have seen me use it before. It works really, really well. And I love the little brush on the end. On that. Looks like Lucas is testing out some more stuff on that chat. Alright, sorry about that. Looks like Lucas is testing out some more stuff on the chat. We found another game called a Duel that he wants to check out. And see how that works. This one's too big. Let me grab my little one. Where are you, little one? There we go. Alright, so I'm going to get in here with this is just a smaller brush. I'm just going to get in here that gets the littler stuff that the vacuum doesn't quite pick up. It's actually pretty clean. This is actually, well, I mean, I haven't used it that much, so it's much cleaner than my baby lock is right now. That's for sure. Let's see some dust down here. That. Now, normally I clean out my machines religiously. The baby lock gets cleaned out every 2 weeks, just before our live streams usually. I'm in there cleaning it out, vacuuming it up, and getting in there with a nice stiff bristle brush. And then I've got a nice softer one as well. And I usually am in there getting all that out. That feels much better. Alright, so I do have a little bit of machine oil somewhere. Again, before you use this, you always want to check your owner's manual to make sure that it's recommended. Mine says I can put just a drop right here in the bobbin threader. So that's what I'm going to do. And then by the time I use it next week, it'll have soaked into the machine really nicely. I'm just going to put a drop in there. Move that around. There we go. That's better. Alright, what am I missing? Alright, so Lucas is doing some fun stuff. Ooh, I feel a little bit of grinding in here. Something is grinding. Let's see if I can find where that's at. We're going to actually turn the machine on and let it run for a little bit. I'm going to grab some scrap fabric out of my bins here and just run some scrap fabric through it just to make sure that everything's working okay with it. Last thing I want to do is bring a machine with me that's not working. So I'm just kind of going through it a little bit, making sure everything's working okay. There we go. It has been over a year since I used this, so just want to kind of clean it up a little bit, make sure it's working. Alright, so that seems like it's doing okay now, so I'm going to go ahead and put the plate back on. This is always the hardest part for me because every single time I end up dropping a screw. Every time I end up dropping a screw. It never fails. So I'm going to try to this. And I know I mentioned it last week, but I'm also going to be bringing this light here with me. This is it's a clamp light I have right here that I use. I would have turned it on and helped with the light doing this, but unfortunately I already unplugged it. So, good morning, Anne. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. I just see you popped in there. Good morning. She says, on a chilly day in Oregon, working on a quilt I got on Etsy called Beachy. Everything was included for the front with have fun at the retreat. Glad you reminded us to clean our machines. Absolutely, Anne. Yeah, I clean mine. Like I said, I clean the baby lock every 2 weeks religiously because I use it a lot. They say to clean it at least every time you have a new project, but I personally think you should clean it a whole heck of a lot more than that. Because it, especially depending on the thread and the fabric you use, it can get full of dust and junk and gunk and just gross. So I do clean my machines a lot. Probably more than I need to, but they stay clean that way, Alright, now this piece here slides in like that. There we go. Oh, nope. Darn it. I forgot the bobbin. I forgot the bobbin wheel. Uh-oh, lost chat. There we go. Kelly says, good morning, Ann. I'm in British Columbia. It's sunny so far in Fraser Valley, but we'll get rain later. It is beautiful out by me here. I'm in northern Illinois in the U.S. You guys know that. I've talked about that before. I'm a southwestern suburb of Chicago. And right now we have unseasonably warm weather. Yesterday it got up almost to 80 degrees. It was crazy. It was so beautiful. And today it's supposed to be in the high 70s. So that is really exciting. I'm going to put this bobbin back in. There we go. So today, if you're just joining us, today we are we are packing for a retreat that I am going on next weekend that I'm really excited about. Looking for my needles. So this is my backup machine. This is not my Baby Lock. You guys know that. But this is a Brother. So Baby Lock and Brother are made by the same company. I do prefer those over the other types of machines. I have used a couple of other ones. I mean, I've played around with them, but nothing too crazy. This is just my preference. Everyone has their own. There we go. But since I am familiar with the Brothers and the Baby Locks, it makes it easier for me to keep them maintained and fix them when they break, because I know how they work. Alright, so I think we've got everything cleaned up. Let me put the presser foot back on. So I'm going to go ahead and get the power. I have to find it first. And I unplugged my extension cord because I was going to pack it, but now it just dawned on me that I'm probably going to need it to plug in the machine. So I have to move some things around for a second, guys. Hang on. I am completely unorganized today. I mean, I know I'm always a little bit unorganized, but today is probably takes the cake today. So, don't mind me. I'll probably drop something or break something or move something around, I'm sure. All right. Once we get the machine all set up and ready to go and packed up, then we're going to start working on all the little stuff, the notions and stuff like that. I have some of it packed already, but I'm sure there's things I'm forgetting. I'm also planning to bring my ironing station here with me. It can all be packed up and folded and put away. So I am planning to bring that. I am not bringing my Panasonic iron. To me, that's just too big and bulky. I don't think I'm going to need it. But I do have a little bitty one that I am going to bring with me. So not a super exciting day today, at least not right now. And I'm sorry for that, but I do appreciate you guys being here with me and helping me through this. Since this is my first one, I am not really sure what I need to bring with me. Make sure that's in there really good. All right. I do not need to hook up the foot for this one. I'm just going to use the on-off switch. I'm not going to bother with a foot today. I know that the foot works fine, so I'm not too concerned about that. Let me just grab some scrap fabrics wherever I put them. I think they're down here. And we will get going here. Actually, we should have, yes. I have a small piece of scrap, this beautiful fabric. I don't know what to do with it. It's a small little piece. It's only 1/8 of a yard, probably. It's really, really pretty, but I just don't know what to do with it yet. So, I really want to use that though. I have scrap fabrics from something. Give me a second. Sure. Here's my scraps. I've been keeping all my scrap fabrics from our block party videos so that we can either do something with them or something, I'm not sure, but I'll just grab a piece. I just need a single piece. Make a nice pouch. Oh, with the scrap fabrics, Brenda? Is that what you're telling me? Or to bring with me on my retreat, to make on my retreat, make a nice pouch. I do have one here. It's a felt one. It's made with, it's wool felt. It's probably made with similar material to the wool pressing mat, but I do have one of these. It's got a couple of things in it here that we'll be putting stuff into later. All right, okay, guys, moment of truth. Let's see if it turns on. Oh, you gotta turn the switch on. There we go. Try it again. There we go. Small panic there for a small second. It's like, uh-oh. Oh, wow. Nice bright, clear display. Man, I forgot about that. John says hug the bot. LOL. You guys are so funny. Okay, so machine is on. Yay. Yay. Let's see. But the needle doesn't look like it reset. So that is because it's not on the right setting. There we go. Okay. Alright, needle looks like it's set. I don't have any thread. Let's put some thread in it. Sylvie tells Dawn, you need to hug the bot. That way you can win the heist. Looks like you guys are playing. Looks like Lucas is still messing with those things. He'll get those going, and then once he does, you guys can play with those a little bit more, and that'll be fun. I don't know why I took the bobbin off. I'm all distracted today, guys. Sorry. I'm really trying. I am trying to keep up with everything. Yeah, Dawn says she's a non-believer that slots will ever pay out, and I have to agree with you, Dawn. But Lucas seems to think he figured it out, so he's messing with it. So I trust him. I trust him. I forgot how to wind this. Give me a minute. Okay, so it goes up that way. Oh. Okay. Took me a minute. There we go. Alright, there we go. Brenda says she's not seeing my tag. Oh, Brenda, I'm sorry. I'm missing something. What am I missing? Oh, Brenda says, yes, that wild fabric. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, Brenda. I didn't see that. Yeah, you're right. I could make a nice, pretty flag with that wild fabric. You are absolutely right. You are absolutely right. And I think the tag isn't working. Hold on, guys. I think I'm on the wrong YouTube channel. Hold on. Technical difficulties. Yep, that's why. I am on the wrong channel. No, I don't want to try a free month. Let's try this again. Ah, there we go. Now they're showing up. Sorry about that. How did you like cleaning tips? How did I like the cleaning tips? Brenda, I'm not sure I know what you're asking. What cleaning tips are you talking about? Did you leave something somewhere? I'm sorry. Which cleaning tips are you talking about? Are you talking about something on somebody's channel, or? Good job, Sylvia. Sorry you lost again. Lucas is still working on it. So I think, so Lucas thinks he's figured out that in order for there to be prizes, we have to set up the different combinations in order for prizes to be won. So I think that's one of the things that he's trying to work on right now, is setting up all those different combinations. It was not something that was automatic, so. The good news is that anyone that loses thimbles on the slots game while you're playing, Lucas can give them back to you. He just has to go into the button and give it back to you. Okay. So, I think I've got the machine working, set up and working now. Dawn says, still not a believer. No, I'm with you, Dawn. I agree. Okay, so I should be able to just, okay, so that looks like that worked. Ooh, wow, speed's too high. All right. Okay, so it's sewing the straight line, so that's good. I forgot how nice and smooth this thing sews. Forgot. So now I want to do the reverse stitching to make sure that works. I'm not hearing any grinding. I'm not hearing any craziness. I'm not hearing anything. It sounds like it's running beautifully. It sounds like it's working really, really nice. All right. Good morning, Teresa. I didn't even see you pop in there. Good morning. Happy to you. You won on the slots? Are you kidding me? Holy smokes, Teresa won on the slots. Yay, Lucas fixed it. Well, see, Dawn? See, it works now. It works now. Congratulations. That's so exciting. Yes, Teresa, I would absolutely buy a lottery ticket. Yeah, because that's a big feat right there. But at least we know Lucas is getting it working. So he's a lot better at this than I am. But good news, guys. It looks like this machine is working. Yay. So it's working. It runs smoothly. It's sewing really nicely. It's nice and clean. So we are done with the machine. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. Pull the thread out. If I can find my clippers. And put it away. Teresa won the jackpot. That is awesome. That is really cool. Dawn says I'm rich. Oh, Dawn, did you win too? Good morning, Patty. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us today. I apologize if I'm missing some people and some messages in chat. I am a little distracted today. We are getting ready for my retreat. I'm really excited about it. It's something that I've been looking forward to for, well, quite a few months now, because that's how long it's been since I signed up for it. I don't know about you guys, but when I store my machine in here, I always put the needle down, so then that way there's no risk of it getting caught on anything or it breaking while it's being moved around, things like that. So maybe that's not the way you're supposed to do it, but that's the way that I have always felt comfortable with. Let me know what you guys do. Do you guys store them needles down? Normally I would take the needle out of it, but since I'm bringing it with me in just a week, and it's not going to be moved around very much, I'm going to go ahead and leave the needle in, but normally I would take the needle out. And I'm actually going to put this in here too. Okay. Good morning, Sandra. So good to see you. Thank you for joining me today. Or joining us, I should say. Joining us today. No projects today, just cleaning up and organizing and getting things packed up for my retreat today. So probably a little boring and unexciting for you guys, but I am super thrilled and excited. But I do appreciate you joining me and chatting along with me as we're going. As I said before, I'm a little distracted, so if I missed your message, please go ahead and tag me in it. You can do that with the @ symbol, the A with the circle around it. I believe it's number 2 on the keyboard. You could do that and then put sew not an expert. That's SEW, not an expert, and I should see it there. All right, I'm just gonna pack this up now that I know it works. Congrats, Lucas. And Lucas seems to have fixed the slots game so that it actually pays out now when you get a jackpot. He also updated it with some pretty icons so it looks a little bit nicer. He is super techie savvy like that. That's why he's my moderator. And so he was able to fix it, so now you guys can play that game as well. And then there's a duels game that he's working on too. Brenda says, I sew a piece of scrap under the foot. Oh, that would probably have been a good idea, wouldn't it? Oh, well, I already unplugged it. But that's not a bad idea, Brenda. That's a really good idea. Which machines are you taking to the retreat? Patty, I'm only taking this one. This is my backup machine. This is a Brother machine. It's an HC 1850. It is a computerized machine, so it is a little bit more beefy than you would normally see, I guess. I'm leaving the baby lock at home. The baby lock is my baby, and I don't want to ruin her in any way. Plus, she's older. She's a 2016, and I don't want her to be all jostled around in the cases and things like that. So I worry about her a lot more than I worry about this one. This one is basically a brand new machine. I bought it in 2019. I used it for about a year, and then I went on a quilting hiatus, which we won't talk about. But then it sat for another year and a half and didn't get used. And then I used it again for a month or two, and then that's when I got the baby lock. So I've had her for a while, but she's been sitting in this beautiful case, waiting to be taken out. So she will be the one coming with me. She doesn't have a name. I don't name my machines. They are she's, but I just don't name them. So I do have her table here that I'm bringing with me just in case. Although I don't think I'm going to need it because the quilting retreat room that we're going to be in, they call it a koala studio because it is set up with koala sewing stations, and the tables in there are lift tables and things like that. So I don't think I'm going to need the table, but I'm going to bring it with me anyway. And I'm also bringing my OmniGrid book with me. I've never been on a retreat before. I've been to one public sewing day, I guess. But just in that day, this book was amazing. What this book is it's half cutting mat, half ironing mat. So it's not huge. It's only like an 8.5 by 11, so it's just a little bit bigger than a piece of paper. It's not really big, but it's really nice to have both of these pieces right here, and it fits my small iron really, really well. So I'm going to be bringing that with me just in case. And then I also have my small iron that's going with as well. I'll show you guys that. This is just a little steam fast iron. It's a little tiny one. It's got a nice little hard case to go with it. And the nice thing I like is this one actually has a handle on it. So I don't have to put it in the bag. I can actually just clip it to the outside of the bag and it can just hang there. So that is one of the nice things I like about this. So I'm going to be bringing that with me. I don't need this anymore. And then, sorry, just putting this stuff away here. I have the foot pedal there, power cord. Oh, I want to unplug this again. Sorry, guys. Getting up close and personal again with you. I hope you don't mind. Let's go. We have I read somewhere that you should, power can sometimes be an issue. So I'm going to bring my power cord here with me. This is one that I use here in my quilting room. But I'm going to bring it with me because I think that it will help with, in case I have any power issues. So I'm going to bring that with. Every time something comes with rubber bands on it, jelly rolls, things like that, I always keep the rubber bands and I rub them and I band them around this cup here. So then that way if I need them later for something, I have them. And this cup is my scrap cup. So I know you guys have seen me use it before. I put all my thread cuts in it, all my small pieces of fabric in it, just so then that way I don't have to uncover my garbage can some days. I am going to bring my thread cup with me for the same reason. There we go. All right, so let's start to look at some of my notions. So I've got two little zip bags, and I'm sure you guys have seen me pull these out already, but these are two little zip bags. Oops. Two little zip bags that zip into the top of this machine thing here. So I have to be careful what I put in them. I can't put anything too bulky because then it sits on top of the machine. But I can put some stuff. So I've got my two things of thread. I'm only going to bring black and white thread. I don't really need to bring anything else. So I'm going to bring the black and white thread with me, and I have 2 bobbins of each already made, and then I can always make more if I need. And I have this little plastic container here with me as well, so I've brought a couple of extra empty bobbins here, so if I start to see that I'm going through those 2 bobbins in a day, then I can make a couple more if I need to. So let's start with some of the things that I use on a daily basis. I'm also bringing this light with me too, which I could probably unclip right now. I don't know that I'm going to need it, but I want to bring it with me just in case. I can always pull it out and leave it in the car if it turns out that I'm not going to need it, but I do want to bring it with me. And this is just a clamp light. It's got LED lights on it, so it works really nicely. It doesn't get warm at all. It's got a nice on-off switch and some different modes. You guys have seen me use it. I put it up against the back of the baby lock because the light inside the baby lock is not very bright. So I use this a lot to light that up. So you guys will see it a lot in my videos and stuff. But I'm going to bring that with too. Oh. Probably should grab this. There's also a pouch on the front of this bag too to fill stuff with, and of course I can bring stuff loose if I need to. I might get like a foldable basket or something to bring all that extra stuff with me. Alright, so let's start going through all the notions. I am missing some stuff in chat here, guys. I am really sorry. Let's see. You guys are playing a bunch of games, which is awesome. I'm so glad those games are working for you. Looks like Dawn lost a couple of them, but she's winning some. Sorry. Woo, Dawn got the jackpot. Good job. And Dawn says, okay, Lucas, I'm convinced you fixed the slot bot. Yes, I think Lucas fixed it. It's awesome. Yes, I just saw, yeah, another jackpot winner. Thanks, Lucas. You guys are doing awesome. We might have to do some more there. Yeah, Lucas says may have to adjust the payouts. LOL. Well, we'll have to wait and see. As a reminder, guys, those points that you're winning, those thimbles that you're winning, can be turned in for prizes if you do exclamation point prizes in chat. There are 2 prizes in there now. Lucas and I were able to fix that. You know what, Lucas? I think we fixed the prizes, but I don't think that we ever fixed the notification for the prizes, because the notification for the prizes is in the commands. So I think if you do exclamation prizes, it's going to be different than what the actual prizes that are set up for. So we're going to need to check on that. But either way, there's 2 prizes now set up there. There's a fat quarter, which is just a random fat quarter that I pick from my stash and I mail over to you, or a notion. The notions can be a variety of different things. They can be something that I've gotten out of a project box. They can be something that I have an extra of, because usually I buy my stuff in bulk because it's cheaper. It can just be some random things. So if you earn enough thimbles, you can trade those in for those prizes. And these are just my ways of saying thank you, and also to keep you guys entertained in chat while I am doing this crazy stuff here. So I'm so glad that you guys have got that working, so that's good. Good morning, Rich. Thank you so much for joining us. Hello. Hello, hello. Thank you so much. I'm taking like a 2-minute breather here because I was just running around. So we just finished fixing up my baby lock, or not my baby lock, I'm sorry, my brother machine that I'm going to be bringing with me for my retreat. It is working beautifully. It was a little dusty. I got a little bit of oil in there, moved that around. Looks like it's sewing perfectly. It actually sews, I dare say it might actually sew better than the baby lock because it is a newer machine. But yeah, it's working really well. So I'm excited for that. Yeah, Lucas, if you want to try and fix that, you can. If not, we'll just leave me a note and I'll fix it after the stream. Yeah, it just dawned on me that might not be there. Thank you. Good morning, Kathy. Please, again, do not apologize for being late. I really appreciate you joining us. Anyone that ever comes in, there's no need to apologize for being late. You do not have to be here at the start. You don't even have to be here while it's live. You can watch it after the stream if you need to. Of course, you can't participate in chat, but anytime that you guys are able to join me, I'm extra grateful for that. I really appreciate it. So no need to apologize. Thank you so much for joining me. For joining us. We're having a great time. The guys are all of our friends are figuring out how to use some of the new games in the chat to earn more thimbles. So that's a lot of fun. Okay. So machine is all set up and ready to go. We're good on that. I've got a quilting mat or a cutting mat and cutting and I can't talk today. A cutting and ironing mat. I'm also going to bring this one with me, which we'll get to that in a little while, and this one. I'm going to use this one and this setup at the hotel. I will be staying in a hotel, the Retreat. I'm sure I've mentioned it 100 times already, but the Retreat is at a local quilt store to my house, but it's not like super local. It's like an hour. It's like an hour and 10 minutes from my house, which, you know, is not that bad of a drive. I drive that on a normal day every day to go back and forth to work anyway. But the Retreat runs from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and it's in a town that where it's located is a safe part of the town, but the rest of the town is not necessarily a safe part of town, and I actually have to drive through the unsafe part of town in order to get home. So I made the decision to stay at a hotel that's walking distance. I'm not going to walk, but it's walking distance to the sewing store. What my brain just went completely blank. It's within walking distance of the quilt shop. So I'm going to be staying in a hotel for Friday night and Saturday night, and then coming back home on Sunday. So I thought I was going to take that time to decompress, maybe to do a little bit of a video, a little bit of a vlog for you guys to kind of tell you how my day went, how things went, and then maybe also do some cutting or some ironing depending on what I'm going to be working on. I'm planning to bring 4 projects with me. Rich, good morning. Thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate that. Thank you. And if there's anyone else there that's just joined us that hasn't subscribed, please make sure you do so. Thanks so much for joining us. I really appreciate that. That's always an honor every time anyone subscribes to my channel because I feel like, wow, they really like me. So thank you so much for that. That just completely excited me, so now I don't know where I was going with this. Oh, yes, I'm going to be bringing at least 4 projects with me. I might bring 5. I'm having a hard time deciding on what I'm going to bring with me, and I know that I'm probably not going to get any of them done. I told you last week I have 2 goals. The first goal is that I'm a bit of an introvert, so I'm going to make sure that I have positioned myself in the room as best as I can to try and be more extroverted. Whether that be by the door so that people can catch me on their way out and say hello, whether that be someone mentioned last week closest to the bathrooms, maybe that'll be it, maybe it'll be the center of the room, I don't know. All I know is I'm going to make sure I've made myself promise to myself that I will not pick a corner section off in the back corner somewhere and hide. I am going to try and be center stage. And then my other goal is to try and finish 1 project. I'm bringing a lot of them with me, but I only want to finish 1, and I think I know exactly which one that will end up being, but who knows? I might end up finishing more than that. But those are my 2 goals for the retreat. I think it's good to have goals, kind of something to focus on. It kind of keeps your nerves a little bit settled and kind of keeps things going. So, but anyway, let's get to the notions. I'm missing stuff in chat again. I'm sorry. Oh, Xander, yes, we did fix Kathy's link. Yeah, that was one of the things Lucas and I did last weekend. He and I spent quite a bit of time last Sunday after the stream going through stuff, so. Somebody said hi to Patricia. I'm not sure I saw where Patricia was, but good morning, Patricia. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm sorry I missed you. All right, so thread and bobbins are here. I'm sure there'll be more stuff in there later, but for now, that's what's in here. So in this one, so I started making this one this morning, and you guys tell me if I'm missing anything. Okay? We're going to go through these things here. Oh, Kathy, no problem. Yeah, I mean, obviously I would like to make sure that why is Stream Elements still on there? I turned that off. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, no, I'm sorry that it was wrong to start with. It's kind of embarrassing that it was wrong. So I apologize for that. I'm just glad we were able to get it fixed. And again, if you guys haven't already, make sure you go check out Kathy. Kathy's here. Kelly's here. They both have links. Sylvia as well. Dawn from my Quilt Projects. Make sure you guys go check out all of their channels. If you do exclamation point and then their first name in chat, it'll give you a link to their channels. If you're not sure how many channels I have, if you do exclamation point creators in chat, it'll give you a list of all of the creators that follow my channel and that I follow. And then I like to try and support, and then you can just use the specific commands from there. So yeah, no problem, Kathy. I'm glad that we were able to get it fixed. Okay, so notions. All right, so I'm bringing my Martelli with me, and I'm probably gonna put the Martelli in this velvet bag here because it's a little bit more. I don't want it to cut this plastic. This plastic is pretty thin, plus it's kind of bulky. So I'm going to put it in this gray one here when we're ready. So, but I'm bringing the Martelli, and I do have a pair of snips, some thread snips here. So I'm just going to bring that. Got measuring tape. I don't know what on earth I'll need this for, but I got it with me anyway. I've got a bunch of spare pens here, and then tell me, how many of you have one of these? How many of you have one of these? I have two. It was something that was in one of my grandmother's sewing kits. So I treasure it. And this one actually has all of my pins in it, and it also has some marking chalk as well. But it's got some safety pins and some straight pins in it. And then the marking chalk is in here also. So how many of you have one of those? I adore mine. I have two. Unfortunately, though, I'm not 100% sure where I put the second one. I think it's buried in my box. Sylvie says, "What is it?" It is a metal. It is a tin Sucrets sore throat lozenge container from my grandma. It was. I don't know if you guys can see. There you go. It is a metal container. It is not plastic. It is metal. I don't know if you guys can hear me tapping on it. And I have two of them. They don't have a date on them, so I have no idea how old they are. This one's got some rust spots on it, so it's pretty old. And this is the newer one. I do know that. I have a second one that's like, it's got like a yellow tint to it. I think it's in my box back there. But yeah, so if you guys have got one of these, let me know. So he says, oh, we get the tins with mints in them. Okay, yeah, so these are throat lozenges, so cough drops, if you will. But yeah, no, these are not the mints yet. But this is an older one. They don't do these anymore with the Sucrets. It's definitely not a thing they do anymore. So, all right, so some other things I've got in here. I've got a seam ripper, brand new, so it's nice and sharp. I've also got my thingamajig, which normally I have a purple one that I use, but I grabbed an orange one because I have extras. So I got that. I only have one glue stick, although I have 3 more in my kitchen that I'm going to grab. Because I do plan on doing a little bit of a paper piecing project. Just to kind of break up my monotonous activities. So I do have a paper piecing project that I'm going to be bringing with me for some fun. I have my extra blades for my rotary cutter. I've got a marking pen in case I need it. Now again, I am going to be in a quilt store. So I mean, if I really forget something, it's not like they won't have it. But you know, it's nice to have that stuff with me. So I've got that. I've also got more safety pins, a spare thing of needles here. I've got my quilting gloves. Brenda says, I have my mother's green Doan's pill tin. She kept needles in it. Yep, that's actually what was in these. And that's actually where the other one might be. The other one might be in my, I have a caboodle. This is how old I am. I have an old caboodle that I used to keep all my nail polish and stuff in. That obviously I don't do the nail polish stuff anymore, so I have sewing stuff in it. But I think my other one's in there. But that one is an older one. And that one is this is probably. I mean, I don't know. There's not an actual date on here, but I'm gonna say this is probably from the 70s. That one that I have up there is probably from the 50s. or older. It might have even been my great-grandmother's. That one, that's why that one is tucked away. And I don't use that one as much as this one. But yeah, they both had needles in them, yep. Lucas has started a poll. This is what happens when you put this man in charge. He starts making all kinds of fun stuff. Oh my gosh. What is with this Tinder stuff? That needs to go away. Sorry, guys. Thank you, Lucas. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know what the heck that's about. That's fun. Thank you for that. All right. So Lucas has apparently started a poll. You guys are so much fun. Okay, so it says, oh, what did I miss? I'm sorry. Sandra says, what do I do to get Dawn's up? You should be able to do ! Dawn in chat. Oh, Teresa, thank you so much. So Teresa says, take hand wipes and bandages. Oh, I do have a first aid kit in my car, but that's actually not a bad idea. And she says, lotion and Kleenex. Oh, that is an excellent idea. I didn't even think about that. I have a tube of lotion over there. In fact, I knew that you guys were going to be giving me these awesome ideas, so I made sure to grab a notepad so that I could write this stuff down. You guys are amazing. See, this is why I'm having you guys here. So, lotion and Kleenex. Thank you. Hand wipes and bandages. Thank you. Hand wipes. Thank you for that, Teresa. I really appreciate that. Yeah, those are the kinds of things that I'm looking for, because I really have no idea what I'm doing. You know, I know all the obvious stuff. You know, I know all of that obvious stuff, but I don't know this kind of stuff, and that's really what I'm looking for. Thank you. Patty says chocolate. I'm going to write that down. I am planning to bring some snacks with me. They are providing meals. They're providing lunch and dinner on Friday and Saturday, and then lunch again on Sunday. So they are providing those, but I do have to eat my own breakfast, which the hotel has free breakfast, so I'm not worried about that, but I do need to bring some snacks and stuff with me. I drink a lot of water. They have a water fountain. I've drank from their water fountain before. It's very clean water, so I'm not worried about that. My only concern is ice, because I do like my water really, really cold. I'm not sure what I'm going to do there for that yet. I haven't really thought that through. Maybe I'll stop at like a gas station or something on the way in and fill up a big cup with ice or something. I'm not sure. But either way, the good news is that I'm bringing my water bottle with me. You guys have seen me use it. Oh boy. I didn't realize the camera was all blocked up. Sorry, guys. Let's try this again. I'm bringing my water bottle with me. You guys have seen me use it. It is a metal insulated bottle that keeps stuff really super cold. And it keeps it cold for a really long time. So I'm going to bring that with me. So if I can find a place to fill up with ice in the morning, that should last me through the rest of the day. So I'm not too much worried about that. But I appreciate that. Sylvia says, I'm sorry guys, I'm still in the back of chat here. I have a couple of FPP patterns to do this week of a mile. And female Christmas gnomes. Ooh, I can't wait to see what the gnome looks like. I have a friend who's big into gnomes, and I'm trying to come up with something to work through that. Thank you, Lucas. Yeah, I don't know what's happening there. Lucas says, everybody ready? Gummy bears and chocolate. Yep, I wrote that down. Thank you. Oh, gummy bears. Ooh, that's not a bad idea. I kind of like the idea of the gummy bears. I love chocolate, don't get me wrong, but I actually like hard candies and gummy bears more than I do chocolate, because chocolate gets messy. So I actually like the idea of the gummy bears. I might do that instead. That's a really good idea. Plus, it's a little bit of sugar, too, and, you know, you always worry about that. Thank you. Lucas is the mega winner. Wow, look at you guys. Reda says, take a cooler. Hotel has ice. Yeah, I was planning to bring like one of those little ones. But yeah, that's not a bad idea. And then I could just fill up with ice at the cooler. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, Dawn, they don't match because Lucas has been setting up some of the, and I've been watching him, he's been setting up the different combinations with different options for people to win. So you don't always lose anymore. Teresa says, do you have something trash? Tape and small brown paper bag. Teresa, I'm not sure I know what you mean by that. Do you mean something for trash? I do plan to bring, well, obviously this is not going to work for trash, but I think I know what you're talking about. You're talking about like my snack bags and things like that. I think they'll probably have trash cans around, but having my own bag might not be a bad idea. So I am planning to bring the cooler with me. I have a little small one. It holds like 4 cans of pop or something on it. But I do plan to bring that. I wonder if I could just put the trash in that, and then that way I wouldn't have to carry a bag. I mean, I don't want to be. I mean, I'm only going to be there 2.5 days, so I don't want to be bringing too much stuff with me, you know. But I'll put a note on here about trash and just try and figure out what I'm going to do with it. But that's not a bad idea. See, these are the things that I just don't think about that you guys are more experienced at. Good morning, Chloe. I'm sorry I missed you popping in. Good morning. How are ya? Welcome to the channel. I was just taking a bit of for a moment. We just finished setting up the machine. So the machine is all ready to go. I'm bringing a brother with me. It's a backup machine that I have. It's basically a brand new machine. I only used it for about a year. And then I got the baby lock. And I've been using the baby lock since, because the baby lock has a thread cutter. If this one had a thread cutter on it, I would absolutely be using this one all the time, but it doesn't. And I'm spoiled and I like the thread cutter. Yes, thread and fabric pieces. Yes, Teresa, I'm bringing this. This is what I use here in my sewing room for my trash. You're talking about the thread and the fabric pieces. This is what I use for anything small. I also have a garbage can that sits right here. I'm sure you guys have seen me use it, that I put bigger pieces in, but I do plan to bring this cup with me just so that I can put my thread and my piece, this really teeny tiny small stuff in this. And then anything that's larger, I'm going to probably either throw in my cooler to throw away at the end of the day, or if they have garbage cans around, I'll use that. But yeah, I do plan to bring this with me. So in fact, let me empty it out and I will put it over here. But yeah, I do plan to bring that. Oh, Brenda, that's a good idea too. Yeah, she says an empty tissue box is good for trash. I clip it to the edge of the table. I don't think I have any empty boxes. In fact, no, this one's pretty full. Yeah, I don't think I have any empty boxes, but that's a great idea. That's a great suggestion, even just in your regular sewing room, to do that instead of using bags or things like. I use the garbage can. I don't have a bag in it. It's just the can, and then we just have a thing that pops out. But yeah, that's not a bad idea either. That's a great idea, Brenda. Thank you for that. Vicki, good morning. It's been a while since I've seen you. Hello. Welcome. I'm just kind of chatting with you guys here for a minute. We're putting some stuff together. If you guys aren't noticing, Lucas has been messing with some settings on some of the games that you guys can play in chat. So chat's a little busy today with all those settings because he's fixing them. But once they're all fixed and set up, then you guys will have a couple more games you can play besides just the heist game. We also have the slots game, which Lucas, it looks like he's got it fixed. So he's got that working. And then there's a duels game that he's trying to mess with as well. So it's just a couple of other things that you guys can do in chat to earn some thimbles. While he's testing it, if you lose any thimbles, we can give them back to you. There's a way for us to do that, so don't worry about that. I don't want anybody to lose anything. Brenda says, T, make it empty. Put the tissues in a Ziploc. You're not wrong, Brenda. Not wrong. That's not a bad idea, actually. She's funny. That's funny. My only thing is I think this cup will be smaller than the box of tissues. It's a decent sized box. It's one of these. It's a decent sized box. But I do like that suggestion, and I may use that here in this room as opposed to my retreat. So it's too funny. Too funny. Teresa says, I would take a cushion to sit on and a small lap quilt for my legs because I get cold easily. Good idea. Well, Teresa, I do know that this quilting room is going to be upstairs and heat rises. So it should, I'm going to guess it's probably going to be warm up there. But the seat cushion is not a bad idea. You guys know I have one in the seat that I sit in. So that's not a bad idea. I might try that. I'm going to add that to the list. So thank you for that. You guys are amazing. Yeah, I didn't even think about a seat cushion, but you're right. I mean, I just assumed that the chairs would be comfortable. But if they were so I did go, like I said, I went to one sewing day at this place. It was not in the koala room. It was in a different room. They have a bunch of rooms. This place is huge. It's 2 stories tall. But the room that I was in was just regular folding chairs. So the seat cushion for 2 days is probably not a bad idea. What do we... Lucas is giving you guys a bunch of polls here. Too funny. You guys are funny. Yes, Teresa, I have to agree with you. Sitting on a hard chair all day would be a killer. Yeah, I am going to set... So one of the other things that I plan to do, because you guys know I have really bad back issues, and so sitting for too long of a period of time is not good for me. I could do this... Yeah, Lucas, go ahead. So sitting for long periods of time is not good for my back. I do have to get up and move around. So one of the other things that I do plan to do is I plan to put an alarm on my phone for probably every 90 minutes. I figure an hour and a half is probably good. So probably every 90 minutes, just putting a small alarm on my phone that just says get up. So that I will force myself to stand up, stretch my legs, stretch my back, kind of stretch everything, maybe use the restroom, get something to drink, come back, just so I can kind of keep moving. I'm not going to be doing any videos while I'm in my retreat, or at least not that I'm planning, other than probably a vlog at the end of the day letting you guys know what I was working on. But I will be trying to take some pictures of the things that I'm working on and how things are set up and things like that, so that you guys can kind of be there along for the ride. I make no promises, but I have been thinking about trying to I told you guys I was going to get the Instagram account set up before the end of the year, but I was thinking that this retreat might be a good way to kind of jumpstart it, since I'll be probably taking a lot of pictures and things like that. So after the stream today, I'm going to try and hook up with Lucas to see if we can figure out how to get that going. We might have an Instagram account by next week. We'll see. If we do, I will definitely post it on our Facebook group so that you guys are aware. So if you're not already part of the Facebook group and you do use Facebook, do exclamation point FB in chat so you can get a link to our Facebook group so that you can be made aware of what's going on there. Right now, I don't have a community page on YouTube. We don't quite have enough subscribers just yet. We're working on it though. And once we do get to that point where we have the 500 subscribers, obviously we'll be doing a giveaway. And I think, I could be wrong, but I think at 500 it opens up the community tab, so then we can start communicating on the actual channel as opposed to on Facebook. So I will still keep the Facebook group. I'll still keep the Instagram if we have it by then. But then that way you guys will be able to know a little bit more about what's going on. But for right now, when I'm having updates and things like this, I try and post them in the Facebook group as much as I can. Chloe says slots are not worth it. Chloe, he fixed them, so they should be working better. The organizer should remind everybody to get up. Yeah, probably. I don't know. Maybe they will. But that's just something that I'm going to do for myself, so then that way I don't have to rely on anybody else. Thanks, Lucas. When you get, John says, when you get up from sitting, go talk to someone. They will be nice because they're all quilters. Well, I hope so. I hope they're all quilters. Well, I hope they're all nice. Yeah, but that is true, Don. That is a great point. Is when I get up, I need to talk to people. So that's why I'm gonna try and position myself in the room where people that they walk by, I'm gonna try and be friendly. I'm trying to be friendly, trying to be nice and open, and that's the goal here, is to hopefully make new friends. I'm going to bring a bunch, and I know this is probably a little corny, but I am going to bring a bunch of business cards for the channel. Those of you who have earned a prize from me know that I have them already. Those of you who haven't earned a prize yet don't know that. But I did make up, when I first started the channel, I did make up these cute little business cards. Ooh, as I throw them on the ground. But they have a QR code on the back to the channel. So I am going to bring those with, and I know that's kind of corny, but I am going to bring those with just so that, you know, maybe we all can get some new friends. I think there's a total of 16 people in this retreat. So not very many people, but that's okay. 16 is, you know, more than 2, you know. So I'm going to bring some of those with me as well. Just to kind of, it'll make it easier for me to communicate my name, communicate who I am, and it gives me something to, oh Lord, Lucas, if there's a way to block that, can you block that, please? You know, I guess the channel is now officially large enough that I get the trolls. So weird. Teresa says, use the iron station, not the iron next to you. That will help you get up more. Oh, that's a good idea, Teresa. I am gonna bring my iron with me, but when I have bigger pieces, yeah, for sure, I'll definitely be using the iron station. But that's a really good tip. Yeah, that it forces you not only to get up, but it also forces you to be interactive too. Yeah. Thanks, Lucas. If there's a way to block that, I didn't see that when I was looking, but if you can block it rather than hide it, that'd be great. You are awesome. He said he's reported the account and blocked it on the channel. Thank you. Sorry about that, guys. I mean, first time ever we've ever gotten trolls on the channel, and, you know, go figure. Lucas is awesome. He's quick on the draw, so thanks so much for that. I apologize to everybody if that offended anyone or anything. I'm really sorry. I can't control the trolls. I don't know how they get on the channel. Yeah. Yes, thank you, Lucas, for taking care of that. He was able to get to it a lot faster than I was. It's the first time that's ever happened, so I guess the channel's getting big enough that we can do things like that now. Okay, so back to the notions that I've got here. I've got 2 spool toppers that I need for my machine. I've also got a set of alphabetties, which I was just looking up here, and I have another set that I can bring with. Oh no, these are just the rest of the letters. I was wondering where those had went. I thought I had more letters than that. Yeah, I do. There's more letters here. Okay, never mind. I thought I had another set of alphabetties, but I think I gave those away, but these are the rest of the letters. So I do have more letters and numbers. Okay, cool. So anyway, so I have my alphabetties here. Sylvia, yeah, they'll get it anywhere. Yeah, it's so weird. Good morning, Terry. Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you so much. Lucas is on the ball today. He's been grabbing spammers. The channel's actually large enough that we're now getting spammers in the chat. So it's been fun. Good morning, Susan. I didn't see you pop in there. I apologize for missing you. Good morning. Welcome to the channel. It's so good to see you. So, okay, so I've got the spool toppers, I've got my alphabetties, I've got a bunch of binder clips, because I seem to use these a lot more than I thought I did, so I've got a bunch of them in here. I've got my walking foot. I don't know that I will need it for anything, but I'm going to have it with me just in case. I've got my tools for changing the needle or cleaning the machine or doing whatever I need to do. I've got those in here. I've also got my cleaning brush in here as well. And then, like I said before, I've got a couple of extra empty bobbins just in case I need to fill more. I am bringing 2 bobbins of every color with me. I'm only bringing black and white thread. I'm not going to bother with any other colors. It's just not worth it. But I've got 2 of each of the colors, and these are really big spools. And again, I'm going to be in a quilting store, so if I really run out of thread, I can just go downstairs and buy more if I really need to. So that's, I think, those are all of the notions that I need. Now, if you guys can think of any notions that I really need, let me know. I'm hemming and hawing about bringing my acorn with me. You guys have mentioned it on the channel before, and I'm honest, I don't use it a lot, but I've been hemming and hawing about bringing it with me. But it's one of those things where I don't use it a lot here, so what makes me think I'm going to use it there? So I may not bring it. I'm still deciding. I just drop things all over the floor. So, what else do I need to bring with me, guys? I was thinking, I do have a pen in the front here, but I could probably use something to write on, you know, like paper or a post-it note or something. So I think I have a thing of post-it notes here that I use a lot. So I might grab one of these and throw one of these in there. Let me write that down so I don't forget. But I'm just not sure what else I need to bring with me. Oh, I need to grab the glue sticks too. I have more. They're just in my other room. What time is it? 11:45? Okay. I don't know what else to bring, guys. I don't know what else to grab. So let me start packing this up here. See how this all lays out. And we'll go from there. Lucas. Thank you, Lucas. You are awesome. I gotta tell you guys, if you do have your own channel, make sure you get an awesome moderator because they save you time. They save you a ton of time, especially one that actually knows a little bit about computers. Can figure this stuff out for you a lot faster. So Lucas is awesome. I know I say it all the time, but he truly is awesome. I am super grateful to have him. So Terry says, I think my keyboard's messed up. Excuse the typos. Oh, don't worry about it. Yes, Terry, I do have a baby iron. That is what is in this little egg here. I have a steam fast iron. I'll show it to you. I have my little baby. I don't use it on the channel. I used to, and then I got the Panasonic, so I stopped using this one. But I am bringing this with me. This table here is all the stuff that I'm bringing with me here. I'm just trying to organize it a little better. I'm bringing a light with me. I'm not sure that I'll need it, but I'm going to bring it with anyway. I'm also bringing an extension cord. Again, not sure that I'll need it, but I'll bring it with, and I can always leave it in my car if I need to. I have my brush here that I'm going to need to put in there. This is not going with. This is just my tray of junk. That's not going with. But then I have this little bin here. It's got a bunch of tools and stuff in it, so that's going with me. I do have business cards in my purse already, so I'm not going to worry about that. I will be bringing my purse back and forth. So there's that. I'm going to bring this. Now, the other thing I need to think about, because I will be doing, I need to bring rulers. I want to bring this one. For sure. Oof, look. It's a little dusty. Bring that one. This one. Probably that one. And maybe this one. I feel like, so they are going to have cutting stations and ironing stations. They did say that. They actually said they're going to have rotary cutters too, but I prefer my Martelli. But I feel like if I need to cut anything bigger than this, I should be able to use their cutting mat and their cutting tools. Or at least their cutting mat and their rulers, I would think. I don't plan on bringing anything too huge with me. But you never know. I do like my add a quarter ruler for a lot of things, and I am bringing a paper piecing project with me, so I do need to bring it with me, but I think the paper piecing project I'm bringing with me is a 12-inch, so I actually need to bring a bigger ruler. But I like using the smaller one, so I'm going to bring both of those with me, I think. Because I don't feel like I'm going to need this big, huge ruler. And I don't need my triangles. I don't have any projects that I'm bringing with me that I'm going to need to use the triangles. And if I do need to use triangles for anything, I could just use a straight edge ruler for that. So I'm not going to bring my triangles with me. Congrats to the winners! Sylvia wants to know if Lucas put her name in so that she can't win anymore. Too funny. Oh, yes, a recharger cord. Yes, absolutely. I have all of my cords set up here. That's the one thing I forgot to grab. So thank you for that. So I have my charging cords are all right here. I actually, when I unplugged, because they normally are plugged in, so I have this. This is why I love this. It's got 4 regular plugs, and they're in a way. They're shaped in a way so that you can put the big plugs on them, and they're not in the way. And then it also has 3 USBs on the back of it as well. And so that's what these 3 cords are actually from. Is they're normally plugged in there. So I have a charging cord for my cell phone, which is a Samsung, and then I have a charging cord for the phone I use to record a lot of my videos, which is an iPhone, which I am going to be bringing with me. And then I have the charging cord for my headphones, which I think I'm going to bring those with me just for those. I'm going to do like I do now where I just use the one, because I like to have the background noise, because otherwise I can't think. So I have the charging cord for that, and that one also doubles as the charging cord for my fan, which I may or may not bring with me. I probably will. It's just a little handheld one, but it works really nice. I like the fact that it stands really nice, and I can basically put it anywhere. So yes, my charging cords. Thank you very much. They were all ready to go. They just weren't on this table. So good call. Good call. Lucas, I promise I have not. Terry asks, do you know what projects you're doing at the retreat, bringing your own? Yes, Terry, I am bringing my own projects. This is not a project-specific retreat. This is a sew your own kind of thing. I think I have 4 projects I'm bringing with me. I should probably pull those out, shouldn't I? Yeah, let me do that in just a second here. Dawn, Sylvia, you forgot to hug the bot. That's why you didn't win. You guys are so much fun. Terry says, fun to pack for a fun trip. Yes, this is the very first quilting retreat I've ever been on. I've never been on anything like this before. I've done a single day of sewing at this particular location before. So I have that experience, but that's about it. I've never done a retreat before, and so I'm really excited to kind of do this one. This will be my very first one. It's local to my home, so I don't have to travel very far. But then after that, I might be able to do something a little bit more adventurous. You know, maybe travel out of state for a different one or things like that. Or, you know, maybe organize something here. Who knows? So let me put this in here. So if you guys think of any other notions while we're doing this, let me know. I'm going to move all this stuff over here to this table here. And I'm going to put the bag up here so it's a little bit easier. I am going to be packing this up here, my ironing pad and this, which actually I should probably just do that now so I don't forget. Oh, one thing I totally forgot. Lint rollers. You guys see me use these all the time. I need to pack a couple of them with me. So I'm going to grab those. I understand the threads. That's just kind of a necessary evil when it comes to this hobby. But I do try to manage them as best as I can. So let me grab some of those. Good call. All right, let me grab that. Those are up here. So I need to know what your guys' opinion is on bringing starch and a spray bottle. Is that something you guys normally bring with you? I was thinking about that this morning, and I don't know if that's something I want to do or not. I'm not going to need two. Probably only going to need one. Is that something you guys normally bring with you? And if you do, how do you bring it? How do you bring it with you? Do you put it in a Ziploc? How do you do that? So I'm going to grab this, because I am going to be using at least one jelly roll. And the jelly rolls hate me. So I'm going to put that in here. That's not going to fit there. Okay. Put that up here for a second. This. So my wool pressing mat came in this really cool bag that I love. It's like it's a wool bag, but I really like it because obviously it fits the mat perfectly. But then it also has a silicone iron mat that came with it, which is really nice. So then that way I can set the iron on that. And then I also have the pad here, the ironing pad that I use just to kind of protect the table underneath from getting all kinds of gunky and gross and all kinds of stuff like that. So, and then this is just a no slip piece here because this is kind of smooth so it slides around. So I'm going to bring all of these things with me. My intent is not to use them at the retreat, but to use them at the hotel if I need to. That is my intention with these. Go this way. Go. Go. Probably could pull these strings off, but it won't hurt now. Lucas, I thought you blocked them. We all need to make one of those mat bags. Yes, Brenda, mine came with, but it is awesome. I was really lucky. My wool pressing mat was a gift from my aunt for my birthday one year. And I knew that I wanted one because I put it on my wish list, obviously. But I didn't realize how amazing it was until I started using it. And so if you do not have one, I strongly recommend it. It makes it so that you don't have to put steam in your iron, which I found to be wonderful. It gives it a nice surface to iron on, so that you don't have to worry about those things. I absolutely love it, and I strongly recommend it to anyone. Anyone that does any type of ironing. There. And it is just big enough, and it has just enough give in it that it allows me to put all of those things right in this bag, and then I don't have to worry about it. So, that's all done. And now I just have my gross table, which looks to be full of all kinds of gunk and grossness. And I don't have any wet rags in here to wipe it down with. Oh, I have spray water. There we go. Lucas, the blocking, we might have to do that in YouTube. We might not be able to do that in Streamlabs. I don't know if that's where you did it already or not, but that might be somewhere we have to do that. Apparently, Sylvia played the slots like Lucas told him to, and she lost. It's so funny. Lucas, you could also go into the same section that you can also give her points too. The ones she lost, you can give them to her. Remember we played with that before? Okay. This isn't any type of cleaner. It was just water. It just wiping it off the dust. That's all. There we go. All right. Oh, sorry about that. You can hear the dog barking. Dawn says, can we give thimbles to another chatter? Yes, Dawn, you can. I think the command is give, but I could be wrong. Lucas, if you have a moment and can dig through real quick and figure out what the command is for that. I think it's give. I think it's exclamation point give, the amount of thimbles, and then the person's name, but I could be wrong on that. But yes, there is a way to do that, and as soon as we figure it out, we'll let you know about it. Yes. But yes, there is absolutely a way to do that. There's a way for us to give everybody points, and there's a way for you guys to share stuff too. So I'm going to move this bag. Oh, stretch. Oh, it's really heavy. Okay. The bag is like just big enough for this machine. It like barely fits, but it's got enough of give in it that it fits enough, and it's pretty heavy. But I won't be carrying it very far, and they do have an elevator that goes up to the second floor, so we won't have to worry about it for too long. Okay, so I am looking at the first front back pouch here. It's not super deep, but it is deep enough. I've got a pair of scissors in here and a pen. Put this in there, this in there. I'm going to store this upside down so in case it breaks open. Put these in there. Put this in there. This zipper pouch here. Thank you, Lucas. It's give. Okay, yeah. Can't type in timing correct. She never sees my comment. LOL. Brenda, I'm sorry. Oh, Brenda says a mini flashlight. Mini flashlight. Well, I have a flashlight on my phone. So I think that'll probably work, but I think I know what you're saying for like if you drop something, you gotta look under a table or whatever. Yeah, so mini flashlight's a good idea, but I have one on my phone and I am bringing my phone with me. So I think that one's okay, but that's a good one. Brenda, I saw your comment about tweezers. Tweezers is a good idea, but if I'm being honest, I don't think I own a pair of tweezers. I should probably buy some. Let me write that down. Tweezers. I did see it. But yeah, that's another good one. I don't think I own tweezers, but that's probably not a bad idea to have some. Somebody asked me, do slots... Oh, okay. Yes, Brenda, I saw your tweezers. Thank you. Do you like dental cleaning top I sent? You're going to need a U-Haul truck by the time you pack all your stuff, Danny. I know, that's why I'm trying to be careful. I'm like, I need it to all fit in this bag. In this bag or in there, because I don't want to bring too much because I'm going to have a cooler, I'm going to have my purse. Now, the good news is that the first day of setup, I'm going to have this, which is a lot. And if I'm being honest, I might even bring, I have one of those wheelie carts, you know, like the wagons. I might end up bringing that with me just to cheat a little bit to get it all in the room. But then the good news is that once that the machine is set up, then I really don't need this bag anymore, so I can move it back to my car. I don't need to keep it. Yeah, but you're right. I'm totally going to need a U-Haul. I'm totally going to need a U-Haul. Patty says any chargers or wires for the phone. Yep, I got those here. Yep, thank you, Patty. Oh, yes, Brenda, I think I know what you're talking about. Are you talking about these? These here. You could send me blue ones, but these are little pink ones with the little teeny, I mean, they're itty bitty. I mean, I can't even show you guys on the camera, they're so tiny. But these are the cleaning swabs for your machine. Yes, I do have them. They are right here. In fact, they were supposed to make it into a bag. So yes, thank you for that. I'm going to actually put those, because they're so small, I'm going to put those in this thing here with my other cleaning stuff. So yes, I do have them. I knew what you're talking about now. I'm not going to bring the whole can with me. I'm just going to bring these. Yep. But yes, good idea. Yes, the dental tips, Brenda. I'm sorry. You're right. I keep missing your comments. If you do an @ symbol, and then my name, so not an expert, SEW, not an expert, and then you type in your comment, it highlights it on the screen for me, so then I can see it a little bit better. Yeah, I apologize for missing it. Like I said, guys, I'm super distracted today. I'm kind of moving around, so I'm trying to catch up with everything. I apologize. I'm usually much more in tune with this stuff, but yes, I do remember the dental things. I have those. That giving will be fun for birthday presents. Oh, yes, for sure. Yeah. She's talking about giving the thimbles away for birthday presents. Yes, absolutely. And my birthday is in January, in mid-January, and I'm thinking, and then my anniversary for the channel is at the end of January. So I'm thinking of doing something pretty fun for the anniversary of the channel. We'll see how it goes. I've got a lot of fun things planned over the next few months, guys, and I have no idea how much of it I'm actually going to be able to get to with all the holidays and stuff, but we're going to try. We're going to be making some Christmas gifts. We're going to be doing a whole mess of stuff after this retreat is done. Once this retreat is done, then I'm good to go, and then we can really dive into a lot of really fun projects. So sorry about that if I'm missing stuff again. Dawn says, I would dread packing for retreat. Well, I am lucky enough, Dawn, that I do have an extra machine. I think if I had to pack up the baby lock, I think that would be a little more stressful for me, because the baby lock has her own case. She has her very own case. It's a hard plastic case that she came in, and that would stress me out. The soft pliable one makes it a little bit easier for me to stuff stuff into, so it's making it a little bit better. I do want to flip these around. Put this one over here, because this one's got my thread in it, and then this one's got all my notions in it, and I think that will lay a little bit nicer there. I just have to be careful, because, I mean, you guys can see the machine sticks up above the thing a little bit here, so I just have to be careful what I'm putting in there, and how I'm putting it in there. There we go. Teresa, LOL, Brenda, you keep trying. Brenda, I am so sorry. I am not on purpose missing it. I truly am, guys. I'm trying. I did not capital so. Okay. So if you're on a computer, now most of you are probably on your phone, but if you're on a computer, I know that if you type in the @ symbol and you start typing it in, and don't put a space between the @ symbol and the word, just, you know, right after it, sometimes you'll get a little drop down that'll show up, and then you can select in the drop down if you're on a computer. Now, if you're on your phone, I know sometimes it doesn't work. But if you just do the @ symbol and then SEW, no space, and then not an expert, spaces in between those, you should be able to get it. Is it robotic for everyone else? Oh, I must be having connection issues. Sorry, guys. Choppy. Okay. Audio is weird. Uh-oh. Mic interference. Dirty mic noise. Uh-oh. I'm just seeing these messages now, guys. Sorry about that. Let me check. I was pulling on some Velcro, so that might have been the weird noises you guys were hearing. Let me know if it's picked up, if it's better now. Uh-oh. Are we doing any better? How are we doing, guys? Sorry, I was going through chat. The only interference is when you talk. It's still happening. Uh-oh. Well, Okay, well, I am using the mic. I wonder if it's this thing. Okay, hang on. I wonder if it's this thing. So the mic I'm using is on there. Bad mic. Nope. How about now? Is it working now? Can you guys hear me better? Hello? Mic check. Hello? Let me check. Everything shows it's working okay. Are we doing any better now, guys? I'm wondering if this was interfering with it. Bye, Teresa. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm sorry I'm having audio issues now. Who knows? Susan says I refreshed my YouTube. It still didn't help. Okay. Well, the problem is that the mic I'm using is actually on the webcam, so it's not like it's something external. I can't really mess with it. Nope, still weird. Like a fan is on or something's plugged in. I do have a fan on. Still being weird. Hold on, guys. I'm going to mute you for just a second, okay? Is that any better? Or is it still weird? Oh, still weird. Okay, give me another second, guys. Okay, does it sound any better now? Just waiting for it to pop over. Oh, yep, it does sound better now. Okay, so I think there was something wrong with the connection between my webcam and my computer. So the camera, sorry, The mic that I'm using for you guys right now is built into the webcam, so it's not like it's a separate piece. The one that I had that was a separate piece broke on me, and I haven't really found a great replacement for it. I actually have one that plugs in, but I'm not using it today because I didn't want to test out a new mic on a live stream. I wanted to wait until I can test that out on a video. So I muted you guys for a minute. I went over to the camera. I vacuumed it off to make sure there was no dust in the mic ports. And then I unplugged it and I plugged it back in. So I'm glad that things are working better now. Sounds like they are working. Good morning, Chris. Thank you so much for joining us today. Hello, how are you? I hope you are well. Thanks so much for popping in. That's a little one. That's an odd one there, Rich. If you're struggling to think of what to get someone for Christmas, get them a refrigerator or watch their face light up when they open it. That is an expensive gift, but it would be a nice one, yes. Hi, Chris. Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for joining us. I can't say that I've seen you here before, so welcome. We always love having new friends join us. The channel has been seeing tremendous growth lately, so I'm really excited to see some new names and faces. That's great. We are just packing up my bag here, so I had my bag up on the table. I'm going to try and move it up there again. That's when everything kind of went kitty wampus on us, so let's hope it doesn't happen again. It's really heavy. All right. Chris, they're from the Philippines. That is exciting. Wow, congratulations. Wow, I think that is probably the furthest my channel has reached so far. So thanks for joining us, Chris. I really appreciate that. Welcome. Thank you, Lucas, for reminding everybody to leave a like and a comment. Uh-oh. I didn't lose the channel, did I? No? No, didn't lose the channel. Just lost my... Hello? Did I lose it again? Oh, no, there it goes. Okay. You guys know I have music going on in my ear. I like to have that background noise. And then sometimes when the music gets really quiet, I worry that I lost the channel. So, was worried there for a second. Okay, so let's finish packing this bag here, guys. Okay, so I've got this light here. And I have been able to move this into here before. Let's see. Let's tuck this in the side here, like that. Perfect. And I've got my rulers here. Now, obviously, there are going to be some things that I'm going to need to add to this bag during the week here. But these things can kind of stay in here, I think. Somebody made mention that I was going to need a U-Haul. They're not wrong. They're not wrong. They are not wrong. No. Okay. Those things there. And here's my smaller ones. My smaller ones can go in here like that. There we go. Congratulations, Brenda. I'm thinking I'm just going to clip this onto the side here because it's kind of heavy and bulky and there we go. My cup. Everybody's going to think I'm weird because I'm bringing a plastic cup with me, but that's for my trash. Did I grab this? Did I put this in here? Is that mine? It's an extra one. Let's see. Did anyone see if I put... No, I did not, because there's two of them here, so, okay. All right. I do believe. That might almost be everything. I'm not sure. Make sure that lays the way it needs to. So just making sure everything zips up the way it's supposed to. There's nothing on this side. So I asked a question about starch and water bottles earlier. And I don't remember seeing any responses on that. Does anyone that has gone on a retreat or traveled with their machine, have they brought starch with them? And if so, how did you transport it? Did you just bring the whole jug with you? Or did you bring this bottle with you? The bottle is not going to fit in here. That's going to have to be something that I would have to transport separately. I'm not against doing that. In fact, I think it might even be too tall to fit in my cooler, so I don't even know that I could fit it in my cooler. Brenda, I did not see that. Did you post that on Facebook? That is so exciting. Brenda says, did you see that I got my tropics pattern and I picked blues to make with it? One of the things that I posted on our Facebook earlier in the week was that our next project is going to be the tropics pattern by Cozy Quilt Patterns, and we're going to be using a jelly roll for it. And I gave all the specific sizes and the pattern, a link to the pattern, a link to the jelly roll that I'm going to be using, as well as the size of the project that I'm going to be making. You guys can obviously make your own if you want to. It's not an official sew along, but if you want to sew along with me, you are absolutely welcome to do so. And Brenda says that she got her pattern and her fabrics picked out. So I think we're going to start on that the first weekend in November. We'll start that. You guys know it takes me a really long time to get through those full-size projects because we kind of do a lot of things in between. So I don't expect that one to be an every week thing. So if you guys are wanting to sew along with me, obviously keep an eye on the channel. And I post, I try and post the live stream schedules by Wednesday or Thursday of the same week. So then that way you guys can know what we're working on, so you'll be able to keep track of it there. But if you're interested in doing that, the pattern is called Tropics by Cozy Quilt Cozy Quilt Designs. It is a jelly roll or fat quarter friendly project, and we're going to be working on that. And I start on that from scratch. I start at the very beginning with you guys on these live streams. I don't do anything beforehand. I don't even open the jelly roll. I do nothing beforehand. So we're going to start on that in November. So I'm really excited. And I'm really excited, Brenda, that you got that. So that's great. Rich says, I hope you have at least a wagon to pull your stuff along, Daddy. Yes, Rich, I do. I do have one of those little red like canvas ones that I think I'm probably going to bring along with me because there's just no way I'm going to be able to carry all this stuff by myself. And this is pretty heavy as it is. So yeah, I think I'm going to bring that wagon with me for sure. Brenda says I'm in no hurry. Well, that's good, Brenda. That's good. Sandra says, do you use it at home? If you do, then take it. Sandra, I do use, yes, I do. I use my starch a lot. I don't use the water bottle as much. So that's kind of why I'm asking about the starch, because I feel like I should be bringing it with me because I do use it. I'm just not sure how to transport it because I don't want it to leak everywhere. I mean, obviously I can put it in a Ziploc to make sure that it doesn't leak everywhere. I just don't know how I'm going to get it there because there's not a whole lot of room left in here, to be honest. So I think I'm going to need to bring like another canvas bag or something with me. Maybe a shopping bag or something with me, like one of those reusable shopping bags with me, which I'm going to have to do anyway because I don't even have the projects ready and I'm going to have to bring those with me. So no, Dawn, I do not have to lug this up the stairs. Thank goodness. They are handicap friendly, so they do have an elevator that runs up to the second floor. So that is good. Yeah, no, if there was no elevator, Dawn, I wouldn't be going at all. That many stairs for my back is not good as it is. I will use them for sure, but trying to lug any of this stuff up the stairs, no, absolutely not. No, they have an elevator. So the first day I will definitely be using the elevator to kind of transport everything up there and get it all set up. And then I'm going to try my best to use the stairs as much as I can to go up and down for the normal stuff. Yeah, no, but I am not lugging this up the stairs. No. Of course, now with the hotel room, I assume the hotel has an elevator as well, but I wouldn't be bringing all this stuff with me anyway. As I mentioned before when I was packing that up, this here, I don't know if you guys can even see it on the camera, this here is my ironing stuff. So this is my ironing pad, my no slip grip, and my mold pressing mat. I don't intend to actually bring these inside the retreat with me. These are actually intended to be used at the hotel if I decide to do any work at the hotel, like any cutting or ironing or any type of prep work in the evening hours. So that's why I have this. So this is actually just going to stay in my car. I'm not even going to bring that in with me to the retreat. I am, of course, going to bring this with me. Oh my gosh, Lucas again. So Terry says, bring the starch. Ziploc bag for sure. Okay, I will do that. No, oh, good morning, Lorraine. Hi, how are you? It's so glad to see you. Thank you so much for joining us. I am not flying. I am driving. The retreat is at my local quilt store, so it's not super far away, although my local quilt store is about an hour to an hour and 10 minutes from my house. So it's not like I can't just run there right away. So I am going to actually be staying in a hotel room just because that way I don't have to drive at night or things like that. And the quilt store itself is located in a nice part of the neighborhood of that particular city that it's in, but I have to drive through the bad part of the city in order to get there and home, and I'd rather only do that during the day. So that's why I'm just going to stay at a hotel that's down the street from the quilt store at night, so I don't have to drive through the bad part of the town at night. Lucas, we know you're on top of it. I appreciate you helping out with that. Yeah, we'll have to figure out something. I'm wondering if there's a way to block them. Yeah, I don't know. But we appreciate it. Like I said, obviously the channel has finally gotten big enough that we've started to see the spammers, because I was wondering when they were going to start showing up. I've heard stories, so... the other thing we could do, and it's just not something that I'm really ready to do, but if it keeps happening, what we can do is we can actually limit the chat to only subscribers. It's not something I want to do, and it's not something that I have set up right now, so even if you're not a subscriber to the channel, although if you're not, if you could, that'd be great. But it's not limited to non-subscribers right now, but that is a way that we can eliminate some of this. But this is the first time it's ever happened, so we're going to kind of let today go, but if it keeps happening as we do more lives, then we might have to do that. Cloudbot works for this. Oh, you're talking about the... I see what you're talking about. You were talking... I'm sorry, Lorraine. You were talking about the starch bottle. You're saying if you're flying, don't put it in your carry-on. They'll take it because it's liquid. Yeah, I see what you're saying. No, I'm not flying. I'll be driving. Thank you, Lucas. You are awesome. Thank you, Rich. I'm excited and nervous and scared and all kinds of emotions because this is the first time I've ever done this. It is a lot easier for me to talk to you guys on the camera than it is for people in person. That's just kind of the way I am, especially at first. I usually warm up to people eventually, but it takes a little bit. So that's why I'm excited for this retreat, because it's not just a one-day thing. I did a one-day thing before, and it didn't go as well as I wanted it to. So I'm hoping that because it's a retreat and I'm going to be with these people for, almost 3 days, that I will warm up to them a little bit more, and I will challenge myself to be a little bit more open and extroverted than introverted. And we'll see how that goes. So yeah, it'll be exciting. I'm excited for it. I'm excited. Oh, looks like Sanders just started to hike, so we'll have to wait for that. Then enjoy the scenery and take your spray bottle. Thank you, Lorraine. Thank you. Yeah, I probably will, because like I said, it is something that I use a lot. I may not bring it into the retreat, but if I'm going to be doing any type of ironing or sewing, I definitely will be bringing it with me to the hotel. And part of me is tempted to bring the Panasonic. I have a cordless iron that I use on a regular basis on the channel, and I'm tempted to bring that with for the hotel. Not for the retreat, but for the hotel. It's a little bit bigger. It makes things go a little bit faster than this little bitty one, and my little teeny tiny one. So I'm not sure yet. Yeah. Well, I've got a list of things here, guys, that you have been amazing at helping me with, Teresa. Your suggestions were great. I've got a bunch of them here. So lotion, Kleenex, hand wipes, bandages, gummy bears, snacks, something to put my trash in. I've got the cup here for my little trash stuff, and I think that I'm going to just use a little cooler for the rest of it, because I'm going to probably bring a little cooler with me. My seat cushion, I got to remember to grab that. Thing of Post-it notes, which I'm going to grab that in just a minute. Glue sticks and tweezers. So yeah, I'm going to have to, I have the glue sticks, they're just in another room, so I need to grab them and put them in here. Lucas says, don't forget to take some time for yourself. There will be a lot going on, but be sure that you make some time to relax and not feel stressed. Well, Lucas, thank you for that. I appreciate that. And that is one of the things I am going to need to remind myself about. That's why I'm bringing my headphones with me, so that I can kind of decompress a little bit when I get a little too overwhelmed. I'm bringing an extra, the phone I use to do all my recording on. My Samsung works wonderfully. I do some recording on that, but I do have a spare iPhone that I use for some recording as well. I am going to bring that with me so that I can take some pictures, and maybe I'll take a real quick video or something, maybe an update on the lunch break or something for you guys. I'm not sure yet exactly how that's going to go. I'm going to do videos on the channel for that. I just don't know what they're going to look like yet. We're going to have to wait and see, so yeah. Sandra says, Danny, the main thing is to enjoy. Yeah, thank you, Sandra. And I'm probably going to need to be reminded of that the first day, because it's going to be a little overwhelming, and I'm just going to have to remember to center myself and kind of get through things. So I won't be able to reach out to you guys on YouTube, obviously, because I don't have that community page yet, hopefully soon. But I'll probably be reaching out to you guys on Facebook. So if you are a member of our Facebook group, make sure you keep an eye on that. Lucas, after the stream today, he and I are going to work on maybe getting something set up on Instagram. I won't be able to tell you guys about it here on YouTube, although maybe I could just do a real quick short video to let you know about it. If we do get that one up and live, I will definitely let those on Facebook know for sure. And I will probably share some videos and maybe some stuff on there if I can figure out how to get that to work in the next week. So we'll see. But anyway, my bag is packed. At least my sewing machine stuff is packed. I still have to get my projects together, which I think I'm going to have everything in Ziploc bags. I'm not going to bring the plastic totes with me. That's just way too much bulk. I do have a couple of projects already set up in Ziploc bags for myself, so I'm going to bring those along with me that way. I'm just working on quilt tops. I'm not working on any quilt tops and table runner tops. I'm not going to be doing any finished projects. So when I say my goal is to finish something, it is not finish it. It is just to finish the top. It's not to finish the whole thing. That's going to be my goal, is I want to finish at least one project, just one. That's all I want to do, is just one. And sit somewhere. I'm going to sit somewhere in the room that's going to make it easier for me to communicate, and kind of not really force me to communicate with other people, but encourage me to communicate with other people. So either that's going to be by the door when they're walking in and out. Somebody else last week said close to the bathrooms, which I thought was a great idea. Or in the center of the room, so that I'm kind of encouraging myself to be, for lack of a better word, the center of attention. To try and get myself a little bit out of my shell, and be a little bit more extroverted. So that's my goal for today, or for this trip. Lucas says, also bring a little spending money in case you find something there. Well, that's why they have plastic, Lucas. I do have one piece that I do need to purchase while I'm there. Again, this is going to be at a quilt store, so it's going to be tempting to go shopping on my downtime. I do have one thing I need to purchase while I'm there. I need to write down the sizes for that here soon, so that I remember. But I do have one thing I need to purchase, and then otherwise I don't think I'm going to need anything. But in case something comes up, it will be there for me. So Terry says, center of the room near the bathroom. Well, I guess that depends on where the bathroom's at, but that could be fun. Terry, that absolutely could be fun. Bye, Patricia. Thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate you chatting with me and helping me with this. I really appreciate that. Lucas says, be sure to limit it. Yes, absolutely. Sandra says, when you get home, you'll want to attend another one so soon with all your new quilting friends. Well, I hope so. I hope that I'm able to make 1 or 2 new friends. So that'll be nice. I mean, obviously, I have got all of you guys are my friends. And I truly adore that. So that's really good. Oh, look at that. Everybody won that one. That was great. I'm glad to see that. End the day with a win. That is absolutely right, Sandra. It is 12:30. I usually end my stream here. I was going to run it till 1 o'clock today like we tried to do last week, which worked out really well. But to be honest with you, I've got some things here in my house I've got to take care of. And we did what I wanted to do today, which was pack up my sewing stuff, my notions. I've got a list of stuff from you guys, which is amazing. Thank you so much for that. So I think that we have accomplished what I needed to get done today. We have accomplished, and I truly appreciate everyone so much for helping me with that. I'm so sorry if I missed some messages. I tried to catch as many of them as I could. Lucas did a great job of letting me know if I was missing anything. Brenda, I promise you I was not leaving you out. I just wasn't seeing your messages, so I apologize for that. But your comments, Teresa's comments, everybody's comments, they were great. I've made a list here of all the things that that I need to get with me still. I think I'm going to need at least a shopping bag, you know, one of those canvas shopping bags to get the rest of it, but I think I should be okay with that. I've got a plastic bin sitting here. I'm not bringing this bin with me. This was just to set the machine on. But I'm really excited for this. Excited, nervous, a little anxious. But I'm excited to share the experience with you guys so that hopefully if you guys are considering doing something like this as well, and you're like me, you're kind of a little introverted, a little cautious about the whole thing, that maybe it will also help you as well. And who knows, this might turn into something bigger. I might actually travel somewhere, you know, a little further away than just an hour and a half. Who knows? But I'm really excited to try it, give it a shot, and see how it goes. Hopefully it's a good experience. I'm hoping. But there's always that little negative voice in the back of your head that keeps telling you bad things. So just try and suppress that as much as you can. All right, guys, I am going to let you go. I've got a bunch of things I've got to get done today. Thank you again. I really can't thank you guys enough for joining me every week. It is truly wonderful. You guys keep me on point. You keep me on task. And you guys boost my energy level for the rest of the week. It's really amazing. So I really, really appreciate that. All right, guys, I will talk to you all again very soon. Thank you so much. No stream next week because I'm not going to be here. I'm hoping to have a video for you next week. I will have one for you this coming week. I'm not sure about the week after my retreat because you guys know I usually do my recording on the weekends. So I'm not 100% sure that I will have a video for you next week. But if I do, obviously I'll post it on the channel. So just keep an eye on the channel. If not, I will see everyone again the first week in November where we get started with our brand new project. Tropics is the name of that pattern. It is by Cozy Quilt Designs. If you guys want to join in with me, you are more than welcome to. It's not an official sew along, but I always open up my brand new projects to you guys to sew along with me if you need to. Or if you want to, not if you need to. All right, guys, thank you again. Enjoy the beautiful weather. I hope it is as beautiful by you guys as it is by me today. Enjoy it while it lasts because it is going to get cold and nasty here really, really soon. All right, guys, talk to you soon. Thanks so much. See you again really soon. Bye-bye.
I've been knocked down over and over again. I just turn my music up higher, and I could just pretend that life is fair.